What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode of the Second of Strength podcast. Wherever you're at, I'm grateful you're here, grateful you're listening. Um, I want you to take a minute and just imagine what is the perfect life. Like to you, what would it be like if you just everything was perfect? What are you doing? Where are you? What does it feel like? Maybe it's, free from stress or financial stress. Maybe it's, um, you know, the freedom to go anywhere, do what you want to do. What does freedom and what does the perfect life really feel like to you? Does it feel bright? Does it feel happy? What is that like perfect state? Where are you? What are you doing? What are those things? Just take a moment and think about that. Feel it, embrace it. What does the world around you feel like? What do you want it to be? What do you want the world to look like? How do you want to live in it? What would it feel like to live life on your terms? And what I hope that you realize is whatever you just envisioned, whatever it was, no matter how big, no matter how hard, no matter where you're at in relationship to that, the gap that's between you and where you want to be, I want you to know that that life is possible. You have the power to create that life. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be difficult or that it won't be difficult, but the reality is it doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your past looks like. It doesn't matter the circumstances you come from or the circumstances you find yourself in. The life that you envision, the life you want to live, the perfect state, whatever you want to accomplish, it is possible. But there's really only one thing that matters to get you from where you're at now to where you want to be. And the only thing that matters is being consistently average. And I think that that is where most people fall apart. That is the mountain that is in front of most people feels so insurmountable because we look how far we have to go. We look at the distance. We look at the dangers, the rocks, the challenges that are in front of us, and we forget that all it really takes is being super consistent. And you don't even have to be like special or extraordinary or different than everyone else. Like there's really truly only one thing that separates you from all of it, and it's just being consistently average. Consistency is the key to climbing the mountain in front of you. And it's not huge steps, it's not running, it's just one step. And then one more step. That's all it takes. That is truly all it takes. And the reality is that there are going to be days where you feel super excited and you are just moving along as fast as you can and just going and like pursuing your dreams and your passions and moving forward. And there's going to be days where you just don't feel motivated at all. And life feels hard. Life feels difficult. You don't know that you can get there. But at the end of the day, consistently average is all it takes to get to where you want to go. And I think that sometimes we look at it, and if you think about fitness for a moment, like if you start working out today, you're not going to see any changes, and you keep going, you work out tomorrow, you're still not going to see any changes. And probably 1 week from now, you're still not going to see any changes. But in a month or 2 months, if you were consistent at doing that, consistently average, again, nothing extraordinary here, just doing it. If you were to continue on for 2 months, 3 months, then you would start seeing all those changes. You would start feeling better. And that's what it is. So now I think that there's a couple of things that we can do, that you can do this year, right now, to be consistently average, to make sure that the mountain you are climbing, you keep climbing it, no matter how hard, no matter how difficult. And the first one is super simple. Just don't quit. Just don't quit. Learn to rest, learn to reset, but continue moving forward. Continue pushing on. Continue taking that climb and moving forward. And sometimes it's just remembering why. Like what matters most? What is your purpose? What is your reason? Why do you want to get to that point? And if you think back to the very beginning of this episode, it was really like, what do you want to accomplish? Like what is that freedom? What is that like peace of mind feel like? Isn't that worth pursuing? Isn't that worth chasing? Isn't that worth moving into? And so you have to just pause, reset, rest, but don't quit. Start again, keep moving forward. And, I always say that sometimes there's going to be days where you feel at your best and you're going to give it 100%. Those are great days. Love those days. And there's going to be days where you don't have it. You just don't feel motivated. You don't have the energy. You don't have it, you maybe forget that purpose, you forget that reason because of life, because of everything going on. But if you can only show up 40% that day, that is still 100% that day. Learn to show up even on the days you don't want to show up. Learn to move forward, learn to progress. And even on those days, if you can only move an inch forward, it's still an inch forward. But that is what resting and resetting looks like, and not quitting. It's just being able to move forward. So that's the first thing to remember, in able to consistently be consistently average. The second thing is, I think we need to celebrate even the smallest steps, and it's okay to do that with rewarding yourself. And so if you think about fitness, maybe it's setting that goal that if you can be consistent for the week, that on Friday you're going to have pizza, right? Whatever it is. Or maybe if you go, hey, I'm going to be consistent for this month, or, as consistent as possible. Maybe it's not every day, but I'm going to work out 4 times a week, or, and on the off days, I'm just going to make sure that I move my body, whatever it is, breaking down those big goals into these really small things. But if I can do that for 1 month, then at the end of the month, I'm going to celebrate myself. I'm going to buy myself some new clothes. I'm going to give myself that reward. So celebrate even the smallest steps, because even the smallest step in your life is one step forward. Even the smallest step forward is moving you towards your goal and your potential and that end state and what you want to accomplish. So celebrate those small steps. Don't take them for granted. Don't brush over them, but celebrate them, because I think that too often in life we don't celebrate us. We just kind of check a box and we move on, and that's it. And like, there's no real reward for the hard things and the good things that we're doing. And if you are being consistently average, that is something to absolutely celebrate in your life. Celebrate that, because here's the difference between most people. Most people see the gap from where they are and where they want to get to. They realize it's too hard. And so instead of being consistently average and moving towards that goal, they just stop. Don't be the person that stops. You will set yourself apart from everybody else in the world if you just keep going. So celebrate those small wins, because they are worth celebrating every single day. Number 3, it is much easier to be consistently average in your life if you just create a routine. Remember that habits have memory. Every day that you are reinforcing a habit in your mind with the neural pathways, and there's tons of science on this in your brain, but when you create those pathways in your brain towards positive results, that creates a habit, and those habits will change you for the better. And I just think that when you turn decisions into habits, and those habits become on autopilot. So when you turn decisions into habits that really go on autopilot, the discipline of being consistently average changes from something you do to who you are. And when you change into who you are, when you change your being, it becomes so much simpler to be consistently average every single day, because now it's not something you do, it's someone you are. You are that person. You are that person who wakes up every day and moves your body. You are that person who says kind things to other people. You are that person who moves towards your goals, towards your dreams. You are that person. It's not something you do, it's something you've become. And all it takes is creating a routine, changing that routine into daily the changing those decisions into daily habits that are really on autopilot. And when you do that, again, it makes being consistently average not something you do, it's something you are. So that is a huge thing that you can do to make sure that you stay on track this year and really moving towards your goals. The fourth thing is, it really comes down to simple mindset shifts in our life. I just truly believe in the power of our brains. I believe that you can trick your brain. I believe that you can hack your brain. I believe, and that's really the premise of your 1 second of strength. Your 1 second of strength is the ability to overcome those emotions in any given moment, to choose a different path, to choose something you want to accomplish. And you have the power in that 1 second of strength every single time to choose something different. But all it takes is that simple little mindset shift. So you can change from saying, hey, this is too hard, to this is certainly a challenge, but I know I can do it. That small shift in your mind, that small shift in your thinking enables you to move forward instead of putting up a roadblock that is insurmountable to pass. We want to break down roadblocks and turn them into speed bumps that we know that we can get over, that we know that we can push through every single day, to ensure that we are being consistently average in our life. So this is hard, to this is a challenge I know I can do. Something from I have to do my workout to I get to do my workout. You get to fuel your body. You get to strengthen it. You get to get stronger every single day. It's not something you have to do, although sometimes it might feel like that. It's something you get to do. It's something you are becoming. You are becoming this new person because this new version of you is worth pursuing. This new version of you is worth becoming. So another one. I hope I can do this too. I can do this. Just like that simple remove, I hope I can to I can do this. Again, it doesn't matter how small your steps are. It doesn't matter how you know, you know, how long it takes. It just matters that you be consistently average. You keep going. That's all it takes. And what I love about this is, if you go back and you think about what does that perfect look like? What perfect life look like? What is it? How does it feel? What is that financial freedom, or what is that like freedom to move about the country? Like what does that feel like? The reality is that version of you, if you think about where you are now and the person that you need to become to step into that future, that person is waiting for you to meet them. It's already inside of you. It's just waiting to come out. And it just takes consistency, consistent daily results to do it. Be consistently average. That's what it takes. So simple mindset shifts towards positivity. And I believe when you do that, you eliminate doubt, you eliminate fear, because everything you want to accomplish, that perfect version of you, that perfect life that you want to live, that state of being, all of that, it's going to require overcoming those doubts and overcoming those fears. You have to do it. But fear isn't something that needs to hold you back. It's something that can propel you forward. It's something that you can move with into the next version of you and use it to fuel you and use it to move forward. So remember that every feeling that you have, doubt, fear, whatever it is, every feeling that you have, lack of motivation, it is temporary and it's adjustable. You get to choose which emotions you embrace, which emotions you move through, which emotions you totally discard and move through it anyway. So that's what it takes. It takes just picking a new feeling, and every single time it just takes that one little second of strength to do it. So I just think if you look forward 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, what does that really look like? What does that life look like to you? And the gap between where you are and where you want to go is achievable. It is maneuverable. All it takes, though, is being consistently average. You just have to take that one step forward, move one step forward, and then the next day move another step forward. I do believe that you are amazing. I think that you're unique. I think you're special. But becoming from going from where you are now to where you want to get to, it doesn't take anything remarkable. It doesn't being more talented or more special or different than anybody else. It just involves being super consistent. And on the days you don't want to do it, just showing up anyway. I think that if you just choose to show up in your life, then life will show up for you. I truly believe that. So I hope this episode helps you wherever you're at. If you share this with one person, someone out there, someone you know needs this today, I'm so grateful every time you share it. I'm also grateful every time you leave a rating and or a review on wherever you listen to this podcast. It helps get this podcast out to more people, because I think that we can truly change people's lives just by sharing this episode and just by leaving a rating review. So thank you. I'm grateful for who you are and who you're becoming. And I love seeing that gap in your life close. And all it takes is being super consistent, consistently average. And if you can do that, you will change your life for the better every single day. So I'll leave you the same way I always leave you. Go find your 1 second of strength and be happy.